Welcome to the Missouri First Steps Early Intervention System demonstration. My name is Pam Thomas and I'll be walking you through a demonstration of provider progress notes and claim entry in the web-based child record system, commonly referred to as WebSPO. Please first disregard the website address at the top of the page. For today's demonstration, I am using a website that is not real in order to show you the demonstration. To access the real site, you will continue to go to www.mofirststeps.com after November 5, 2012. Also notice at the top of the page the compatibility is not on. I am using Internet Explorer 9 version for this demonstration, and the website runs on IE9 with the compatibility button off. Before we begin the demonstration, I want to show you the addition on the home page of the web system, a new tab that shows the browsers that a user can use. Under this tab, you will find the recommended browsers, the compatible browsers, as well as the unsupported browsers. This site will work properly with Internet Explorer 9 as well as 8, Firefox, Safari, and iPad or iPhone compatibility. The website should work properly and is compatible with Opera, Google Chrome, Android phones, Nook, and Kindle. However, they have not been fully tested yet. At this time, the only unsupported browser for the WebSPO system is Internet Explorer 10. Please do not use Internet Explorer 10 to access the web system, as it is still under development by Microsoft. Now let's proceed with the demonstration. I will begin today by logging in to the web system. I'll be using a provider login for the demonstration. Please keep in mind that the information I am about to show you is only generic data. No real records and no real data will be displayed during the demonstration. Notice on the provider homepage at the top of the page there is a slider function that allows you to move quickly to different sections of the page. Notice that the words turn red to indicate that you're in the section. Right now I'm in the child list section. I can also go to the message center as well as provider progress notes that are due. Now let's move to a child's record. For the demonstration, I am going to search for a child's record using the child name search function. For today's demonstration, I'll be using the child Charlie Brown. Once I see the child's name in the search results, I will click on it and access the child's record. This is an example of the child detail page using a provider access function. Notice that providers have access to the child, family, intake, health, evaluation and assessment, eligibility, IFSP for IFSP meetings, IFSP team, as well as the Services tab for all authorization and progress notes. In order to enter a progress note, providers will select Progress Notes. On this page, the progress notes will display. For today's demonstration, I will show you how to enter a monthly progress note. After services have been delivered in accordance with the authorization on the IFSP, providers will access this section of the child's record in order to enter a progress note. First, you'll select the provider delivering the services. Then you'll be sure to select the proper month for the progress note. Next, you will enter the date of services for the dates of service actually delivered in the month. Next, you will identify if there were any visits canceled or made up during that month. Next, you are required to enter a progress summary. The summary would include information about the child's progress on certain outcomes, as well as any information about the family. As an option, providers have the availability to enter provider comments. These comments would not be directed about the child's progress or the family's progress, but may include things about the family or child that might impede service delivery. As an example, if the family is considering moving or relocating to another state or another part of Missouri, you might want to mention this in provider comments. Once you've entered in the complete information that summarizes the monthly activities, you would click Save. That information is saved successfully, as you can see at the top of the screen by the green message says Save Successfully. If the information was not saved successfully, you would see a red message as well as directions how to correct the error. Once you've completed the progress note, it is now appropriate to bill for your time. Note that we entered the progress note first because the claim dates that you're going to bill must match the dates that you entered into the progress notes. In order to enter a claim, you go to Provider Account Management, Claim Entry. Once you're accessing the claim entry page, you'll enter a new claim by looking for the authorization. If you know the exact authorization number, you can enter it in, or you can use the magnifying glass to look it up. I'm going to use the child search function using the child's name. All authorizations that I'm authorized for under Charlie Brown will appear on the next screen. Notice when this appears on the screen, you have the function to show active, inactive, or all authorizations. Sometimes when you go to enter a claim, you might not see the authorization automatically appear. Double check to see if the authorization is inactive by searching for inactive authorizations. The list that appears when you search inactive is going to be a different list of authorizations than the one that you search when you're searching active authorizations. Once you find the list of the authorization you want to submit a claim, you double-click the authorization in order to begin. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties here, so we'll go back to the authorization page. Once selected the authorization, it will appear in the list for authorization number, as well as the provider drop-down list for the provider's name authorized. Once you have the new claim information completed, you can add a claim line for the date of service by clicking on Add New Claim Line. Be sure to enter the service date that matches the authorization, as well as the date of service in a progress note. For this authorization, the provider is authorized for 2 times a month for direct services for 4 units each. Charges for special instruction for 1 hour is $68. I've entered the claim for the service on October 10, 2012. Now I'm going to enter in the claim for the service for October 24, 2012. As you recall, both of those dates were the dates I entered into my progress note. Now you can see on the list I have 2 claim lines that I want to enter for payment. At this time I can check the claim to determine if I have a duplicate or erroneous information entered, or I can go ahead and submit. As you can see at the top of the screen, the new claim was successfully submitted because I have a green message with the check mark that indicates that I have a new claim ID. If there was an error in my claim entry, this message would have appeared as red, as well as directions in the messages in order to correct the error. If you have a red line error for a submission of a claim, be sure to follow the instructions in the error messages in order to correct the submission. Before we end the demonstration, I want to point out a few resources for providers that are in the web. When you go to Provider Account Management, you can access the billing detail. The billing detail is where you will find your payments for your provider account. Once your claims have been submitted, the claims are badged according to the reimbursement schedule available on our website, and then providers will see the deposit into their accounts under the billing detail payments. Account detail is where you can update the payee contact information. Provider communication messages is an important resource for providers. All messages sent by the Office of Special Education are archived in provider communication messages. If you need to search for a child's authorization or a claim that you recently entered, you can also do that under the Provider Account Management. And finally, the claim entry section, which was just demonstrated. This concludes today's demonstration. Thank you for participating.